Good evening, everybody. This is At Great Cowboys 1964, and this is Randall Slifer. We are the hosts of The Last Word here on Team MBS Media, the YouTube channel. We also hope that you like and subscribe to our channel, because that's how us little guys survive, right?
That's right.
Yeah. The SEC, of course, had their Cupcake week this week, so I didn't give out too many SEC scores today, but
Yeah.
okay. Texas A&M 48, Samford nothing. Ohio State 42-9 over Rutgers. SMU 38-6. Mario Cristobal did a real scummy thing at the end of that game, as far as I'm concerned.
What was the end? Because I flipped it when I knew the game was over. What happened at the end?
Oh, they scored that final touchdown.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It was just,
I know. So unnecessary.
So unnecessary.
Especially James Franklin's first game there.
Well, I mean, he's not the head coach, but he was on the sideline.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Right.
But again, you don't do crap like that.
No, you don't.
And this is why the U gets labeled the way that they always get labeled.
Fair point.
I mean, it's just totally ridiculous.
I agree.
Oklahoma, that defense is just a nightmare.
Woo! It sucks for Prabula to have to come back against that Oklahoma defense, even without R. Mason Thomas. I mean, Missouri's offense played for the first quarter, and then after that, it was pretty much sunken in.
Gone.
Yeah.
And Charlotte managed 6 points against the Georgia Bulldogs today. James Madison 24, Washington State 20. What a game.
I know. That was, I always like Washington State. They always come to play with their team. But James Madison has just been on a heater, so they needed it. Just a 4-point win will be noticed when they're looking at rankings and things.
Yeah. Eastern Illinois got their comeuppance against Alabama, 56-0. The Syracuse Orange, they took a beating today. Thank you. The Fighting Irish of Notre Dame, 70, Syracuse 7. This game was unbelievable because Notre Dame was up 21-0 before the offense ever took the field.
That is... I wonder what the record is. Do you know what that could be, to be honest with you? That's got to be the record, right?
That's the record.
Yeah.
That
should be statistically impossible.
Yeah. But 2 pick sixes. It was just, yeah. And the young Syracuse quarterback was just I don't care if Angeli had been there today either. The way that Notre Dame defense was playing, this was going to happen. They were going to pound the Orange.
Yeah, 100%. Now, my question is obviously, Syracuse is on the down. Fran Brown still want to come to Arkansas. We got about a week until we figure that out. But Notre Dame obviously has an easier schedule past their 2 losses. So do you think that they will be prepared and ready to go coming into the playoffs? I personally do believe it because their offense or their defense is really starting to click. And I think that was the most important thing for you guys was your defense going on all cylinders as it was not previously in the first 2 losses. So I would say yes.
In the first loss, that was 27.
That was throwing too much.
Right. And that was the offense. That was the Denbrock throwing with CJ Carr way too much. The 41-40 loss to Texas A&M, that was the game where you remember I was going, what is this guy calling?
Yeah.
That was a nightmare.
Right. No, it very much was.
They've turned it around.
Yeah, Leonard Moore is playing outrageous now. Christian Gray's kind of made his mark. Drake Bowen started slow. Now he's a force to be reckoned with. So I think your defense is the most important thing when it comes to the college playoffs to keep you going. And I think you guys are just all cylinders.
And the offense is on fire.
Yeah.
Right. Jeremiah Love had 8 rushes for 171 yards, 3 touchdowns.
That's a high school stat line. That's like a Derrick Henry high school stat line.
He's now he apparently now, according to the folks at NBC, he's now the third ranked player for the Heisman. I'm sorry, but if you look at the game film of this year, you show me how Fernando Mendoza or Jalen Sayin have had better seasons than what Jeremiah Love has put on the field for the Fighting Irish of this year.
It's very simple. Unfortunately, when it comes down to it, is quarterbacks, and we know how everybody votes on quarterbacks, because then you can just look at it and just say, Mendoza's win over Oregon in Oregon Stadium, the comeback that he had against Iowa, right, with that throw to Omar Cooper Jr. They'll just look at those, and it doesn't need any context for those voters. Not saying it's right.
Against Penn State.
Penn State, that's right. Penn State. And then, so they won't put in any context. They'll just say those words and then count it as a highly weighted variable.
Yeah. So our later games, of course, we had Oregon beat USC 42-27. Sorry, brother. I keep telling you, my brother in anger, those fight on boys, they don't have enough. They just don't.
Dante Moore was being recognized as the senior night. So that should be a good indicator that he's interested in declaring.
He's probably going to declare.
I think it's smart if you're sitting just at Ty Simpson. I mean, take it, right? Don't risk how deep the 2027 class might be. Take it.
The Longhorns beat up the Razorbacks.
Listen.
52-37. Listen, I don't like it. I don't like this.
Yeah.
I would have preferred a good old-fashioned Southwestern Conference battle between the two, but we saw Arch Manning catch a football pass for a touchdown. Oh yeah, it was beautiful.
Oh yeah, the Philly special on Arkansas, right? Just hound us some more. It's so fantastic that you want to pull out the trick plays against 2-8, 0-6 in the SEC Arkansas Razorbacks. I mean, it was close. It was 21-20 at half. Mike Washington Jr. was running out of his mind, and then it just never happened. We had two head coaches on the sideline. You think that two's better than one. That's clearly not the case because this wasn't a one-score game. And I am just a little bit glad that it wasn't a one-score game because I really want to watch the USC-Oregon game. And I flipped it, after unfortunately Taylor Green made that very silly fumble. Yeah. And that was pretty much the last nail in the coffin for Arkansas.
That school up north beat Maryland 45-20.
It was much closer than that score was is prefaced to be.
Yeah. Vanderbilt just pounded Kentucky 45-17. Mr. Paiva had a very decent day today, did he not?
No, per usual.
Man, who?
If Jeremiah Love's third, where is Pavia? Is Pavia way down in Heisman now?
Yeah,
because
he's down. He's down now. Tulane 37 to Temple 13. Who gets that last spot? Is it going to be Tulane or is it going to be James Madison? I still think it's James Madison, but
I think that they'll keep status quo, especially with that win 27-13. So as of now, I think they're not going to change that position unless something drastic happens. So I think it's Tulane's to lose.
Okay. TCU 17, Houston 14. This was a downright nasty defensive game.
Yeah. I mean, TCU held on, was in the lead with their first quarter points throughout the whole entire game. So, they were just kind of tread water to see if they could get that win. Surprised Houston didn't score any more points, to be honest with you. But TCU was up and coming. I thought I didn't have high hopes for TCU, but I was a big Josh Hoover fan coming into this year. So the underwhelming aspect of this season was unpredictable, but I could see them sneaking in a good win every now and then.
Yeah. And Utah Utes came back from the edge of what looked to be a certain loss, but they came back and won 51-47 against Kansas State. Joe Johnson, the sophomore running back for Kansas State, was just phenomenal.
He was 300 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah,
that's insane. Yep, that's what Avery Johnson needs. Is a good running back.
Yeah, and well, I mean, that he's
And
got
he
one.
can,
He's,
yeah,
but of course, his career is pretty much done now. So,
yeah.
you know, yeah, it was rather interesting. So there was no major loss today. It went pretty much as expected.
Yep, yeah. Auburn dominated, of course. USF obviously took that big lead. UAB is obviously in shambles. Hopefully, whatever happens in that
Um,
arrest is
that
good. But
is that
my
is
God,
unbelievable, eh? I mean,
yeah, an offensive lineman on two defensive linemen. Thank God no fatalities. I know one went to the hospital, but
yeah, but still, um, you're stabbing your own
what?
teammates.
What is happening, right?
This is just before the game.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm glad everybody's healthy. It's
Yeah,
hard to laugh. I shouldn't be laughing at it, but man, it's almost just so outrageous that and unexpected to see a news like that early Saturday morning.
yeah. I mean, it really is total bizarre to me. Um,
Iowa
yeah,
and Michigan State were a close one, 20-17.
yeah, yeah. Um, Pittsburgh is just pounding Georgia Tech right now. They're up 21 nothing.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
Pitt's good. Don't get me wrong, but Georgia Tech. I mean, Georgia Tech is good. Good. We had him what 2-3 weeks ago. They were top 5
yeah.
for us. Yeah.
And now they go up to NC State and get pounded because, of course, it was to save that coach's job.
Right.
The Wolfpack came through that day and pounded on Georgia Tech.
Right.
Um, I don't understand what's happening in that one. I really don't.
Yeah. Me neither.
Um, yeah, it was a little bit bizarre to see that happen. Um,
Tennessee came out early to
yeah,
score on Florida, 13
yeah.
nothing.
Penn State's up 17-3 on Nebraska as well. Yeah, it's pretty much it.
I'm a little surprised that Nebraska wasn't like Penn State. You can have Matt Rule.
Well, it's now 28 nothing for the Pitt Panthers over
Yeah.
Georgia Tech. So, I mean, this is just a beating. Wow.
First, I mean, 4 minutes into the second quarter too.
Yeah. The ACC is going to turn into a nightmare
Yeah, no kidding.
because that puts Virginia in. Virginia is going to be in the championship game.
Right.
But who are they going to play?
And then, I mean, with this loss, would it be Miami?
No, it would be SMU's only got one loss.
Oh, SMU. That's right. That's crazy.
Because SMU won 38-6 today.
Yep, that's right. Whew. That's a ACC matchup that the ACC committee is not happy about.
Not if Georgia Tech loses today. I mean,
right,
what in the world is going on there?
man.
So
Let's see.
yeah, this has just been a little bizarre. Let's discuss one of my favorite people that I don't like.
Your favorite person, one of your favorite people to hate.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
The former Atlanta Brave / Atlanta Falcon, then a San Francisco 49er, then he became a Cowboys corner. The guy who's the head coach of Colorado.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about him.
You know that Colorado only rates higher out of the top schools for the recruiting class next year, above Virginia Tech, and there's one other school that's
Yeah.
below them. With the new rules from January 2nd to the 15th for transfer portal players,
Yeah.
how in the world does Deion Sanders end up surviving?
Uh, I do. I don't think he will after the end of this year. I don't think that they can necessarily fire him this off season.
Yeah.
But I do believe that he probably has that 1 year leash when it comes down to it. I mean, the the
But,
organization itself seems so dismantled.
yeah.
Like bringing in SAP and things along, like just not working. It seems like he just doesn't have control of the whole entire organization from back to front. So it's kind of just moving by itself and just losing horrendously. So I would think that after this year, if he doesn't pull out anything, because really his resume is Travis Hunter and Shador Sanders, and he doesn't have anything else past that. So
Bingo.
yeah, I mean Colorado's got to kind of cut the arm off before everything else gets infected, because you could still hold some credibility to what Deion Sanders did in a recruit and getting a new coach saying we're back to relevancy. Thank you, Dion, but we're going to move on and then get a good coach that wants to keep reviving that Colorado organization.
And that's the bottom line of it for me.
Right.
He doesn't need this gig. He doesn't need
No,
it.
he really doesn't. No.
And neither does Sapp or all these other pros that he's got coming up there to coach these young men and all that. That's a bunch of BS. All these ex-NFL guys coming up and trying to coach these college kids without having any high school experience or assistant coaching experience at a different college beforehand. That just does not work.
It's a show. It's a
Yep.
show, right?
Yep.
Like, yep, that's all it is. It's a song and dance saying that it's the whole thing. It's the whole thing along the lines of only football players should talk about football, right? Like analyze football.
Yeah.
Like it's that same thing. Like that. This is a prime example of why that doesn't work. Is you can't just take football players and think that they can coach it. There's a different set of values and mindset to coaching than it is to playing.
And again, all these ex-players who were on TV last year all espousing the greatness of Travis Hunter. Yes, he got an injury. That's going to happen. And that's something I said would happen to him this year.
Right.
I'm sorry. You're coming up to the big boys. This is not that Big 12 conference where the soft defense is going to be out in that field. These are men who are going to hit you and hit you often.
Yep.
And you're going to get punished. Boom. That's what happens.
I agree.
You know? And again, that's where I get annoyed with these networks who always tell us that this is the next great player and blah, da, 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 da. I'm sorry. Who did I say was going to be the best receiver in the NFL as a rookie this year?
Mecca Egbuka.
Bingo.
It was it was in the cards. It was in everybody's face. I was with you, so I'm allowed to talk about it.
That's right.
I was with you on it. Yeah. And it was easy to see the highest floor, and he was so talented from Ohio State. Like he had the athletic background. He had the 5-star. He had Ohio State recruiting by Brian Hartline, and then he had the highest floor with insane Ohio State statistics. Like sometimes you don't have to read between the lines. It was you watch him play, you see those, and you just draft them.
And Tampa Bay Buccaneers have been very fortunate to have Egbuka because, of course, Evans went down with this dislocation.
Right.
And Godwin, of course, has been suffering for 2 years now with injuries.
Yep.
Hello. I mean, that was just a beautiful pick by the Buccaneers.
It was. And whoever is going to pick Elijah Surratt, that is, I'm not saying that Emeka Egbuka is, they're different styles, no doubt, but he has the highest floor, and he will be the wide receiver next year that walks into a locker room and understand what's going on and ready on day one.
Bingo. Yeah, you are in complete agreement yet again. I don't understand how this happens with the two of us always agreeing like this. I don't understand that.
I don't know. I think in wide receivers it might be like a nasty whip route. The great Bill Sparks, right? His edge, the way he scouts edges is if they have a spin move, he gets bumped up.
Yeah,
If I see a nasty whip route from a college wide receiver, that is something that like clicks in my head. I'm like, you might have it, and then I watch more.
yeah, yeah. But again, it's 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 going to be an interesting draft season. You
It
know.
will. Yeah, especially because again, quarterbacks aren't highlighted. You got Jeremiah Love probably as a first round running back. That's it. And the edge class is a little shaky. So
Yeah.
the offensive line class is not that great. So it's like, uh,
This is
you
the
know,
year. This is the year. This is the year to look at the linebacker position, kids. This is the
that's right.
season to look at filling in those gaps. Um,
Yes.
and it's not just Arvell Reese and Sonny Styles at Ohio State either. This is all over the country. The linebacking cores are very, very good.
It is, and couldn't come at like such a good time too, because for a while when it was just too high shell in the early 2020s, it was they devalued linebackers,
Yep.
and now it's flipping, and now linebackers are so valuable. Buffalo Bills are seeing it right now because they did not
Bingo.
value linebackers this year, and that is why we're losing, without a doubt. The defensive line injuries and then linebacker play is why their defense is so bad. But now it's valued, and it's coming at the perfect time. Bunch of
Yeah.
240 pounders too, which is great. Get those
Yeah.
big hitters in there.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the safety position is also another deep position this year. Oh my goodness, what should I do? Because I'm an NFL guy, I'm an NFL GM, and my job is on the line. So if I don't draft this offensive lineman, no, no, no. You take the best player available on the board. That's the
and
way you do this.
and what is probably the second most position that's coming back and starting to gain more value? Free safety. Being
Bingo.
able to being able to cover one, be by yourself in an open field, and the high IQ in that. I know that as you being a previous safety,
Oh
smarts is the
yeah.
name. Smarts and IQ is the name of the game. And
Yep.
now we're getting that resurgence again. It's the way football should be played.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
It needs to it people need to understand that defenses win championships. If you look last year, Ohio State's defense was so good. And Ohio
and
State's defense is very good again this year, right?
making Sayin play leading the whole entire time, which makes him not saying that Julian Sayin is a bad quarterback, but being able to play ahead the whole entire season plays
Yeah.
a factor, and
Oh,
that's on the defense.
it's a huge factor.
Right.
Again, well, we'll discuss what's going to happen next week shortly here. Let's go to the other coach on the hot seat, Lane Kiffin. Did you see the guys on X today saying that he's got a $90 million deal all ready to go? Da da da. It's
25 million in cash for his team.
Stop reading that nonsense because there's nothing official. There's nothing going to be official until Saturday of next week.
Right.
Right. So everybody can have their speculation and all this other nonsense. And oh yeah, yesterday it was all about his daughter, Landry. Okay, yeah, she's a beautiful young lady. I don't care who she's dating. If the guy plays for for the LSU Tigers or whatever, that stuff is just BS to me.
100%. No way would Lane Kiffin make that move, especially because first of all, Whit Weeks is going in the draft, so he's out of LSU.
Yeah.
So irrelevant at that point. But I agree. I mean, because even what it said, it was like LSU has like the governor approved offer. It's like, okay, well, all that means to me is that somebody leaked some operational person in LSU saying, yeah, we're going to, if he wants to come to LSU, this is the money that we could offer him. Like, it's so baseless that it means basically nothing because Lane Kiffin has said nothing about it.
That's right. That's right.
Right.
But again, with the new transfer portal rules, I still think that these students who are attending Ole Miss would want their head coach to remain for this season.
Absolutely.
Don't you agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
So What?
The system's a travesty.
Yeah. Yeah. This entire system absolutely is BS.
Right. Like they could win a championship.
They could.
Yeah. Not saying they will, but they are in the running to win a championship. Like that is insane to have this conversation with. I mean, even with somebody just like Lane Kiffin, it's just like because he's media loved because everybody loves his personality sort of thing. And so then everybody's just jumping on it, and it's definitely just not fair to Ole Miss.
No. And again, if they are going for this championship this year without Lane Kiffin, that makes no sense.
It's not going to happen. They wouldn't. I mean, I couldn't see a group full of kids being able to play for a championship under. I mean, maybe it's depending on an interim coach and stuff like that, but I don't know. It's just too big of a shakeup in my head.
Well, they were Desmond Howard this morning was discussing the '89 Michigan Wolverine basketball team, where Steve Fisher became the head coach, right? Because the previous guy had gotten a different gig, and old Bo Schembechler says, "No, this team is going to be led by a Michigan blah 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 whatever." Bo, I'm sorry, I just can't stomach that man. But anyhow, and of course the Michigan Wolverines went on to win the national championship. That's totally different. That's basketball.
100%, right?
You have 15 players. This is 120 men.
Right. Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more.
And these guys have made a commitment to Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin also made a commitment to them.
100%.
So if he's not allowed to finish the season as the head coach, I just don't buy that.
I don't either. I don't think he's staying in Ole Miss, to be honest. If I had to guess, I don't think he would be, but I don't think it's fair in the slightest bit.
Yeah. It just really, really sucks. And so for all those Ole Miss rebels down there, I feel bad for you. I really do. Of course, they play Friday, against Mississippi State. So we'll see what happens after that game. Georgia Tech and Georgia plays Friday as well. I got to say Georgia right now.
Yeah, right, 100% at that point.
This whole Pitt mess is just a nightmare to see.
No kidding. They just got one on the board, so they got 6 points. But if they get one more, if I'm not mistaken, it's midway through the second.
Yeah, it's 4:45 left in the second, 28-7 now. Yeah. Georgia Tech does have the football though.
Right. Pitt's got the ball now. Yeah, they just scored. Pitt's got the ball. If they can get the ball back, and make it 28-14, that's a different story. I mean, Texas A&M had the crazy comeback. Mind you, that was South Carolina. I mean, Pitt, Georgia Tech, kind of in a similar boat in that stature. So you never know.
Yeah, it's just that the 28 points for Pitt after watching the destruction that they went through last week.
I know.
Wow. Okay. But again, their head coach did say last week they could lose that game 100-0 and it wouldn't matter as long as they were ready for this one and their next game, because that means the ACC championship.
Yep.
So,
following suit, he's not lying for this start.
Yep. Let's see. So next Friday night as well, the Aggies come to the Longhorns. What do you have of that one?
I mean, the Texas A&M, the South Carolina game showed in that first half some certain flaws in Marcel Reed. Marcel Reed's a great college quarterback. I don't know if he's an NFL quarterback, in my personal opinion. So those flaws came out. I don't think that they will come out against Texas on Friday. I think that Texas A&M's defensive line is going to destroy Texas's offensive line, and I think that's going to be the name of the game.
Yeah. And Coach Corso, of course, will be watching the Indiana Hoosiers because it's anybody but Purdue.
Yeah.
If you remember, he never picked Purdue, right? Nope,
Yeah.
anybody but Purdue.
Mhm.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting game. And then, of course, next Saturday at noon from the Big House, the Ohio State Buckeyes play that team up north. I just don't see Michigan having enough to stop Ohio State this year.
Nope, I do not either. I think that Michigan needs another year before they actually speak into real relevancy. I mean, they are 18th ranked, but I just don't think that they are deserving overall of that 18th rank. I think they're flawed in themselves. And Ohio State didn't have their top two wide receivers today, and they decided, okay, well that's fine. We have Brandon Innes and Max Clare, and they used him just fine. Clare had 147, and has caught a touchdown. So now when they'll be full steam against Michigan, I just don't even see it be close.
And again, all the rest of these games have TBA beside them right now, except for Vanderbilt and Tennessee. That'll be at the 3:30 Eastern time start.
Pittsburgh.
Miami.
That's a huge game.
Yeah.
If this happens.
If this Pittsburgh upset happens tonight, then yeah. And again, that's Miami not being at home, which could be a very big factor. Please have a very nasty, nasty weather day up in Pittsburgh. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Because again, how the Longhorns and the Hurricanes are being ranked as highly as they are for this playoff thing is just driving me off the deep end. I mean, just because they're named schools doesn't mean that they have any business being named as playoff teams currently. They don't.
Yeah, well, to be honest with you, it seems like there was a motive to it because they picked Hunter Yurachek to explain why that was the case, and he just does not know much of anything when it comes to football. So they scapegoated into explaining why Miami was where they were, and it was just hysterically laughing.
Yeah. And then of course we'll also have the LSU Tigers going up to face the Sooners. James Madison plays Coastal Carolina at 3:45 p.m. And then the late game will be my Fighting Irish going out to the farm, which is just this could be a nasty, nasty experience, but Stanford will get the beating that they deserve.
Yes.
I don't see this Notre Dame team falling down this year against Stanford.
No. Absolutely not. Then what else is on there? I mean, then if we're looking at SMU, they got Cal, which I mean they should take Cal, but never. I always got to watch JKS, and he can obviously do amazing things, but
yeah.
Virginia Tech.
Yeah. All right. Let's take a quick commercial break here.
Enjoy 40% off site-wide. Vitable takes the guesswork out of feeling good. Get your own personalized daily vitamin pack safely delivered to your doorstep every month. Take their online quiz to find out which vitamins and minerals can support your personal needs based on your own diet and lifestyle. Hashtag only what you need, nothing that you don't. All vitamins are manufactured in Australia at the highest quality standard. Ingredients come in the best form for their absorption by your body. Enjoy 40% off site-wide using code NBS40 at checkout.
All right, everybody, this is the last word. Who was your star of the day today?
Okay, so I did this in a loss, and I did it because I couldn't pick Jeremiah Love. Let's start there because, but I did it.
Are you suggesting that who is going to be my star of the day?
No, right? Couldn't be. But since Arkansas football is so down and out, because we are, I'm going to give it up to a local kid that had his best game as a redshirt sophomore this year in Minnesota, Drake Lindsay from Northwest Arkansas.
Northwest
Had
Arkansas, yeah.
Yep. And I know it. I know his uncle. Very nice guy. The family's great. But he went 20 for 30, 264 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Had a great game. Almost beat Northwestern, but had kind of his breakout, really good performance. And excited to see how well he does in the next coming years. If he stays in Minnesota, transfers out. But let's give Arkansas a little bit of love that at least we can play. I swear we can play football.
We used to really play very good football.
I know, right? Who do you think they're gonna? Before you do yours, they're gonna announce the coach. They should announce the coach next week. Kind of. There was words that Matt Campbell. That there was a rumor swirling around with Matt Campbell, and that would be great. But I don't. It seems as though it kind of waved off. I think Golesh is the front runner, which I would love if that's the case. Or the defensive coordinator from Alabama, I think, are my top 2 choices. But anyways.
Golesh is my choice.
For sure. Okay, go ahead. Name me.
My star of the day? Joe Johnson, you were very good for today for Kansas State, but I'm sorry. You're not Jeremiah Love. Jeremiah. I mean, the guy was just phenomenal.
Yeah.
He busts out for a 68-yard run. He just goes.
Yep.
And he has so much power. When somebody tries to tackle this guy, it's not easy.
Oh yeah.
He is a powerhouse.
And he stays it like he had over 20 yards per carry is video game numbers. But even like his breakaways, 3 or 4 guys are chasing him, like close to him, and he's still able to keep pace and hit those touchdowns. It's just NFL quality.
He has 20 total touchdowns this year, by the way, which is number 1 in the FBS. Gee, doesn't that count for something to the Heisman Award voters? Nicole Auerbach has said she's voting for him.
That's good. I mean, you always need people to rally, so then you get everybody becomes a sheep and votes. But I mean, yeah, of course it should count, because so should Jonathan Taylor, right? We're probably going through the same exact song and dance in the NFL as we're going through college right now.
You tell me that Danny Dimes at 9-2 or Jalen Hurts at 9-2 are either one of them playing at an MVP level?
No.
Jonathan Taylor is.
Yeah,
and Jeremiah Love has been the best player in college football that can win the Heisman.
The Colts would be in shambles right now if it wasn't for Jonathan Taylor overall. Their defense is good, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But if Daniel Jones didn't have Jonathan Taylor, then they would have had Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones as quarterbacks, and both would have been busts. And then the Colts would be looked a lot differently as a restart rebuild.
Yep. And that's the bottom line of all this.
100%.
So again,
Notre Dame has a young quarterback that is really, really prospering with Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price.
Yep. And Minchie and Buckner even got in on the last play of the game. he took the knee on the last play. So they used every quarterback on their roster today as well.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It was a beautiful thing for me anyway to see. And of course putting up 70 points. The leprechaun was going up and down a whole lot. Wow.
Yeah. If anybody was at a bar doing a shot for a touchdown, those people are floored.
Yeah, they definitely are. And then of course next week, of course, is Thanksgiving weekend. Again, we talked about the Friday night games, the next Saturday games as well, which are all TBA for the most part. Then and that's going to be our last program.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh snap! We're not going to gather for some playoff talk, maybe do like a preview.
we will do a preview show for the playoff.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But the last words for the 8 p.m. hour on Saturday nights, that'll be it. And of course, you'll also be able to catch us live after the playoff game that ends the night. We're not going to be on while the games are going on. We're going to wait until the end of the night. Randall and I will be back on. Boom, boom, boom. We'll discuss what's happened. We'll go into your next games and we'll do it that way this year.
Perfect.
But yeah, it's been an interesting season.
It's been an interesting season to say the least when it comes down to it.
Yeah.
I mean, college football playoffs in full spectrum this year.
Yeah, absolutely right. So everybody, be back with us on Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time next week for the last word. Your star of the week was?
Drake Lindsay, Minnesota quarterback breakout. Hope he starts doing well future years.
Yeah, especially when you're playing that school up north and just go to town on those clowns.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But yeah, everybody who plays in the Big Ten beat up that school up north. Okay, that's all I ask.
There you go.
But again, my star of the week, of course, was Jeremiah Love. But Mr. Johnson, the sophomore running back for the Kansas State, he was just phenomenal today. As we said, 3 touchdowns, 300 yards rushing. That young man put on a show.
For sure.
So, everybody else, y'all take care, and we will see you all next Saturday. Take care.
Take care.